So in the new GTA Online, the Criminal Enterprises updates, Rockstar finally decided to update some of the older businesses, which are the nightclubs, the bunkers, CEO crates, and also the MC Clubhouse. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at all the new changes with the businesses, as well as a money guide on each business. So before we get into the video though, make sure you guys are subscribed and have on post notifications. We'll be having tons of content regarding the new GTA Online updates, as well as much more. And if you guys find this guide helpful or enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Now keep in mind, for all these businesses I'm about to go over, that you'll be getting double money for each of the businesses the first time that you sell after the release of this update. So let's start off with executive. Rockstar added 2 new source cargo missions to the mix, meaning that you have a chance of getting some of the older ones, or you can get a chance of getting the newer ones. Now both of them do seem pretty straightforward. However though, one of them does take a little bit more longer, being the fact that you have to go to multiple locations and take out a lot of enemies. So I would say if you get that mission, probably either quit it or you can just do it, but it's going to take a lot of time. And also, if you don't know how to source cargo, all you have to do is head over to your CEO office, head over to your computer, select the cargo warehouse that you want, and click source cargo for 1, 2, or 3 crates. You can also do this in a terabyte if you would like, but another way that you can source cargo is actually new with this update, and that's by heading to one of your cargo warehouses, looking for one of the staff that are there, and going up to them and selecting source cargo. And it'll cost a total of $7,500, which isn't too bad, but you don't get to select if you want 1, 2, or 3 crates. It's actually just randomized, and it will actually source the cargo for you and deliver it, so that definitely can save you some time. Now something else added in this update is the option to export mixed goods. So you can launch this by going to your assistant in your office and selecting export mixed goods. Once you start that, go ahead and pick up the vehicle and deliver it down to the docks. This is basically the same thing as the exotic exports that were added last year with the tuners update, and it's actually in the same drop-off location as well. Now when it comes to making money as an executive, for the first time that you export mixed goods, you will get a 3 times payouts, which will give you a total of $150,000. So on a regular basis, it's going to be around 50K, which I mean, it's still some pretty good money. Now when it comes to the cargo warehouses, of course you can select one of your staff to source cargo for you, but I still do recommend doing it yourself to make the process a bit more faster. And when you're ready to sell your cargo warehouse or cargo warehouses, you can obviously do it in invite-only sessions now, but if you want to make a nice bonus, I would recommend selling it in a full public session. Now with this update, Rockstar made a 2% bonus per player instead of the previous one, so you can make a lot of money selling in a full public session, upwards of $500,000 or more. So I'd recommend just getting a few friends on to protect you and do your cargo sale, and you're making some really good money. Now moving on to Gunrunner, starting off with some of the changes, Rockstar added 2 new resupply missions to the mix, so very similar to the cargo warehouses. However though, when it comes to the bunker business, I highly recommend just buying supplies instead of just doing these resupply missions. They usually end up taking a lot of time, and you're going to make a profit buying supplies anyways. Now also with this update, there is now a new way to make money from the bunker business, and that is going to be by delivering weapon parts to local ammunitions. So once you head into your bunker, you should see this dune loader that's parked, and if you head up to it, you can end up selling the weapon parts. And of course we have multiple ammunitions around the city, so it is randomized where the drop-off location is. But either way, once you deliver it, you should get around 150,000, and you will get a text from Agent 14 and a notification when the next shipment is ready. So that's a really easy way to make some money there. There's also a new bunker research mission that you can do. So if you want to start it up, just call up Agent 14 and select bunker research, and pretty much you'll just have a simple mission where you just go collect some research data, and doing those will of course increase your bar until you can unlock the next item. Now you can also call up Agent 14 if you want to request transportation, which is from a range of vehicles, even one of them being the bunker go-kart, which usually is only in the bunker, but now you can actually drive it on the street, which is pretty cool. So if you want to, just call up a vehicle and have some fun with it. And also in this same call menu, you will see your bunker research level, which is pretty helpful. Now when it comes to making money with the bunker business, first off, when it comes to your research speeds, it is actually going to be tripled for your first research item, as well as also the production speeds. So that means that you could obviously unlock whatever is your next research item, but when it comes to the production speeds, you'll be ready to sell a lot more faster. And when you do end up selling, like I said earlier, I do recommend doing it in a public session because you will get that nice bonus. So you should make somewhere around $1 to $2 million for selling your bunker. Now, as for the nightclub business, there's actually 2 new nightclub management missions, and just like the 2 previous businesses, this has been added to the mix of order missions as well. And if you don't know already, these management missions will increase your nightclub popularity. Now they've also added 2 new additional nightclub management missions that can just trigger inside of your nightclub, and these missions can happen when somebody's causing trouble in the nightclub or if they're drunk or like passed out, so you can end up kicking them out or dealing with that situation. And doing these as well can increase your nightclub popularity too. As for the contacts, you now have a new one, which is Johan, and if you call him up, you can actually acquire goods for your nightclub basement, and these are basically just private business battles that you can start yourself. So just head over to the location on your map, collect the goods, and just deliver it to your nightclub, and your stock will increase. Now, calling Johan will also provide the stock level and also the value, which of course is very helpful. Now, you can also call Tony to launch your nightclub management missions, and also to request a nightclub limo and to check on your club popularity. So as for the limo, at first many of us probably thought that this was somebody that's going to be driving us around, kind of similar to what we could do in the casino penthouse, but the limo in this situation is just a car that spawns and you can end up driving it yourself. I feel like there could have been an option where nightclub staff or somebody like that ends up driving you around like a taxi, or it could be like a fast travel option, but basically as of right now, it's just a limo that spawns and you can use it if you want. Now, when it comes to money making with the nightclub, I gotta say it's definitely one of the best businesses to do it with. Now, something to keep in mind with the nightclub business is that you do need other businesses such as the MC businesses, cargo warehouses, and more if you want to make some decent money from the nightclub. Without these businesses, you're not going to be making much, so I'd really recommend getting them first if you want to start or continue with the nightclub business. So first off, nightclub deliveries are one vehicle, and most of the time if you upgraded it, it's going to be a very armored and protected vehicle, so you don't have to worry about like planes or garbage trucks or post-op vans spawning in or whatever. Now remember, you will be getting a nice bonus of 2% per player if you do sell in a public lobby, which I highly recommend doing, especially for the nightclub business. Again, just get a friend or two to protect you, and if you end up doing a full nightclub sale, you should be getting around $1 to $3 million. Now, when it comes to nightclub popularity, you can make a decent amount of money from that too. So for nightclub popularity missions, you usually are like promoting your nightclub through flyers or something similar like that. And if your popularity is at 100%, you should be getting around $50,000 every 48 minutes, which is a pretty good amount, I would say. But of course, if you do want to keep your popularity up, you will have to be doing a lot of missions. Now for bikers, I think this one had the most interesting types of updates to it. So first off, there's 2 new clubhouse contracts. One of them is called Hit the Roof and the other one is Life and Death Bikes. I did end up playing Hit the Roof, and basically this is where you have to end up stealing an oppressor, and it's kind of cool because there's different ways that you could do it. So you can end up picking up the crate with the cargo bob, or you can end up finding the oppressor keys and flying there yourself. So it is kind of cool. I like the way Rockstar did it. Now, just like the other missions, this is added to the mix of the already existing clubhouse contracts, and we actually haven't seen any of those for like the past few years, so I'm glad Rockstar finally added some new ones, and they are pretty fun, so I'll say check them out. Now there's also a new way to make money with the clubhouse, and that is through the bar. So you can now do bar resupply missions, which will bring patrons to the bar, and you can end up making some passive income from that. So from what I've seen, these bar resupplies are pretty easy. Basically you just steal a truck or whatever from a certain place and you deliver it back to the MC clubhouse, and that will resupply your bar. And soon after, you can make some income from that, and that's just spawned in the office that you have in your clubhouse when you are ready to collect it. And if you want to start a bar resupply mission, just head over to the bar, go up to Cindy, and now you will have the option to resupply. Now, for one of the biggest changes to the clubhouse, you can now customize and deliver customer bikes for income. So this is basically the same thing as the auto shop business, where you can service and deliver people's cars, but now for the clubhouse, you obviously do it with bikes. So you do have to own the custom bike shop with your clubhouse, which actually isn't too expensive, but once you own that, or if you already have it, you will now occasionally see customer bikes spawn in. All you gotta do is just customize them, and you can end up making some great money there. Now for payments, it is kind of similar to the auto shop, but you do get a bit more. Now let's talk about the biker businesses. So stock will actually produce 3 times the regular speed, but that's only when it's your first sell mission. And remember, you will be getting double for each of your first sell missions, which of course will make you a lot of money. And of course, just like the other 3, you will get a nice bonus from selling in a public lobby. So money making with the biker businesses is pretty easy. Now remember to keep in mind that there's 5 separate MC businesses, and each of them do pay different amounts, with Coke paying the most and document forgery paying the least. And when each of these businesses do end up having a sell mission, most of the time if your stock is full, it will be 4 different vehicles. That could be boats, planes, motorcycles, etc. So just know that you probably want to have some friends with you when you do this, and just maybe even some type of protection as well if you're selling in a public lobby. But overall, for the bucket businesses, they are pretty fun, and if you don't have any, I do recommend buying them, and you can make a lot of money from selling them. So that is pretty much all the new changes, improvements, and ways to make money with these businesses. Again, you can get a really good payoff for selling all of your businesses, and it's definitely something fresh that you could do instead of usually doing Kyle or something else. But that is all for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to be subscribed and have on post notifications. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.